Hi, this is Sven.
And Udo of U.D.O, and you're watching
That Metal Interview.
Yes.
That Metal Interview.
For those about to rock, we salute you. Your friend James from the state of Texas, host for That Metal Interview, welcomes you once more to the fastest rising metal rock podcast on planet Earth. And we have two very special guests. Yes, you heard correctly. We have vocalist, metal icon, and legend U.D.O. Dirkschneider, along with his son / drummer Sven Dirkschneider, who will talk about and are here to promote their upcoming tours. The first one being the North American Tour, US Canada Tour 2024, happening September 6th, kicking off in New Jersey as we talk about it right now on the chat. And from there they head on to South America for a couple of dates. And then they headline some stuff in Europe, promoting Balls to the Wall, the album 40 years ago, actually 41. And we ask him the question about Metal Heart of its anniversary coming up in 2025. 40 years of Metal Heart, that is. Anyways, very excited here. Your friend James is on having two awesome musicians from Germany here to chat about their upcoming tours, their future plans, and etc. So we'll keep it short, and here is the legendary icon U.D.O. Dirkschneider and his son, drummer Sven Dirkschneider of U.D.O. Check it out.
So first of all, how are you guys doing?
So far, good. Raining like hell outside, but anyway.
Really? Where are you guys at? Germany or?
Yeah,
Germany, yes. Yeah.
Crazy weather today.
Yeah, but we are looking forward now to come to America. So I was just looking at the weather forecasting, and it looks not so bad.
Yeah,
That's
Are
true.
you guys excited for this America tour?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, last year we had to cancel it about some visa stuff and some other problems, and and then now we loaded the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was also not so sure, but now tomorrow we are flying to America and start the tour on Friday, right? In
Friday,
Frenchtown.
yes.
Frenchtown, New Jersey. Yes. Here we go.
That's one of my questions. It could be a musician question, it could be a fan question, but what are the preparations for a tour? You guys are flying over from Europe. How many days ahead of time do you land here, or do you?
We will be landing tomorrow evening, so that is September 3rd, and then we have a couple of days before we start the first show on September 6th. So we just came out of the festival summer, basically, did the European tour in the beginning of the year. So we just been busy constantly, and we will have like 2 days to adjust to the time zone and prepare some before the tour. Yeah.
Wow, it must be exciting. How long are the flights?
8 hours roughly, I think. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
We will be flying to JFK and then drive over to Frenchtown tomorrow evening. So I think it's like, I mean, we will be traveling the whole day. Obviously, you have to get to the airport, and then we fly from Düsseldorf to Frankfurt first, and then Frankfurt JFK with some time waiting in between, and then I think it's an 8-hour flight straight. Yeah.
I've flown here in the US, 2-hour flight, 3-hour flights, half an hour. What do you guys do in 8 hours? Watch a bunch of movies or go to sleep?
Sleeping, hopefully sleeping.
So
with the time of the jet lag, you actually shouldn't be sleeping, I think, because we fly out here in German time at 5 in the afternoon, and then it's 8 p.m. your time or Eastern time when we land. So we basically just have to stay up as long as possible, and then go to bed and hopefully catch a good rhythm from day one. But usually it works. I mean, we know how to adjust.
How about the preparations? Let's go backwards a little bit here. Did you guys rehearse? And how many times did you rehearse? Or how did you go?
No, I think definitely that this UDO stuff, touchdown tour and all the songs. I mean, we played it so many times. No, there is no rehearsing anymore.
With all the touring schedule that we have, I mean, as I said, we did a 2-month European tour at the beginning of the year. So what we basically do is before a tour cycle for an album, we do one rehearsal, get the set list together. You might have to adjust here and there, but that happens on the road. So we usually do like a week of rehearsal before we go out, and then it's constantly playing. So everyone goes home, takes some rest, and then but you're in the mood, you know. You did it all like for a long time, and now I don't even know what show it is, which number when we start the American tour. So I mean, usually you do that before a tour cycle, and then it's constantly playing.
So I read the title of the tour is Balls to the Wall 2024 tour. Obviously that means, are you guys doing the whole album by top to bottom?
No,
that's not correct.
No, this is like we're coming over with the UDO touchdown tour, and maybe we will see, maybe there's some price of maybe 2 or 3 accept songs, maybe. And but no, the Ball to the Wall anniversary of 40 years, we start in South America I think in November, right? Yeah. I think, and then the whole next year is Ball to the Wall, and we play the whole album, all the songs, and and then of course some classic stuff, and hopefully we can come over next year with this tour also to America. So we are working already slowly on this one, but we will see. And but first it's UDO touchdown tour.
You're also hitting. You're gonna hit South America, of course. Do you guys stick to a certain set list, or do you along the way you start adding songs and changing songs around, or?
Sometimes yes, you know. I mean, especially in the beginning of a tour. Of course, you make up a set list, and then sometimes it's happened that you see some songs are not really working live, you know, not really. So then you change, but it's always like maybe 1 or 2 songs, right? Maybe you change it, and then that's it.
Wow.
I think I'm long enough in this business to make up set lists. I know in a way which songs the people want to hear, and so that works very well.
Very cool. So how many songs from Touchdown are you guys doing?
I think it's 4. We do Isolation Man, Isolation Man, Forever Free, Touchdown, and Fight for Your Right.
Yeah.
Question for Sven here. As a musician, what do you carry over on the plane? Just snare, your pedals, your cymbals, or what do you carry as far as your drum set?
I'm flying over my pedals, that's for sure. That's something that definitely goes with me wherever I go, because you know it's adjusted to the way I need them. But luckily I'm a DW endorser, so I do get my drum kit over there, so that's pretty easy in this case. So it's basically rental gear. As soon as we hit New Jersey, then I get the kit, and then we can set it up. So it's not that much, luckily, that I need to carry. But yeah, pedals for sure, sticks, of course, my cymbals fly with me, and the rest is coming from DW.
Well, these are things that fans don't know. I mean, people think you just fly over and somebody gives you a mic and that's it. I mean, there's a
That's not that
For
easy.
me, no, it's not so easy. Not so easy. So I mean, it's a little bit of technical stuff going on, of course.
How about the guitar players? Bass Peter, What do they bring over from overseas? Maybe a small power amp, or what do they carry?
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh,
for
I mean,
Sweden.
they have their equipment. They play quad Cortex nowadays. So that's luckily like kind of small devices that you can fly anywhere. They bring their guitars, obviously. So it's all in storage here in Europe, and then the stuff was shipped over to the States, I think already the end of last week. So we will just receive it once we go to the hotel, and then they will deliver the stuff to us, and then the bus arrives and we do the preparations. And but it's basically a fixed system that we use for all shows. And of course you have to compromise a little bit when you fly to a concert, or you fly over to the States now. You have to compromise a little bit, but we try to take as much as possible so we feel comfortable playing, and you basically get everything what you need. Yeah.
How about South America? Is it a similar process? I mean, you rent something over
Yeah,
there?
similar process. I mean, South America is a bit more special because you have to use local desks, for example. For the American tour now, we fly our own monitor and FOH desk over. For South America, because of all the traveling within or on the continent, because you're flying from show to show, that's obviously not possible. And it takes a lot of planning and scheduling if you want to do that. But for South America, we just basically we call it fly gear, which is like a bunch of cases and suitcases, and it's all packed, and then you're ready to go whenever you need to fly.
Have you guys ever had a problem with the local equipment? Like maybe the monitors kind of sucked, or
yeah, I mean that's something you have to deal with on a daily basis. Of course, I mean here and there you have problems, and then something's not working, or I don't know, they forgot to provide something. That's daily stuff our crew is dealing with sometimes. But yeah, most of the times you try to stay as self-organized as possible. Obviously, but mostly it works out great. I mean, people all over the world are super helpful and friendly, and they try their best. And of course, sometimes you have to make compromises. It can't be perfect all the time, and that's when you have to adjust and be professional as a musician, and still deliver a good show to the fans. That's the most important thing.
Udo, do you carry
Yes.
your own personal mic, a wireless mic? Of course you do. Or do you just...
Yeah, no, I always have my own mic with me, and so the whole band is playing in ear. So that also we have this stuff with us. So that means we don't have any cabinets on stage, and it's like in a way easier than it was in the older days.
Nice. Wow. So how was the older days? I mean, you just...
Loud, very loud.
Very loud, very loud on stage. And now you like with in ears, you make up your own mix, what you need or what you don't need, and this is much easier and much better for your ears. Definitely.
So how was it in the 70s, Udo? I mean, these are fan questions that we all wonder, and we wish we could time travel and stand there or a fly on the wall kind of thing. How was being on stage in the 70s, or traveling and monitor stuff and equipment wise?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was not a big difference, I mean, we was using a nightliner, and of course in the 80s when I was still in my old band, except, I mean, that was of a huge menus and all that stuff, of course, and now it's let's say a little bit less, in Europe, okay, we are playing around 1,500, 2,000 seaters here in Europe, but in America now we have to start. I don't want to say from zero, but I mean the last time we've been in the US is 6 years ago, and so it's time to come back for a check.
You just went through some type of a medical procedure, is that correct?
Medical?
I read somewhere.
Medical procedure. You went to hospital.
Oh yeah, that was like a bacterial infection. Nobody knows where it was coming from. I mean, I really couldn't move, and that was really dangerous, I was like, what the hell is going on, So, but then I'm now completely, everything is fine, but still nobody can tell me where it was coming from, So But anyway, it's over and I'm ready to go on tour again.
That's good to hear. So, how do you take care of your voice on the road? I mean, after all these years, and Sven, how do you maintain your physicality to play the drums the same way every night? How do you guys do this on the road?
I mean, I don't. It's funny, but I never warm up. I only make one scream and see everything is working, and I never. Yeah, really. I mean, I think I'm really lucky with my voice. I mean, I never was cancelled a tour about that my voice was not working or something like that. I think I'm really lucky with that. I don't do anything special. The only thing I did was 20 years where I stopped smoking after now. I'm not smoking anymore since 20 years. So that's the only thing. But the rest is, yeah, what can I say? Good. I think, a lot of luck with my voice.
Right. How about you, Sven? How do you maintain?
Yeah, I mean, stretching is key when it comes to playing drums, and that's something that's very important. Otherwise, you will feel it after a couple of shows for sure on the tour, and you just make a wrong movement, and then I don't know, your shoulder's stiff or whatever. So stretching is definitely a key, and warming up on a pad or something like that's what I do. But it's not that I'm going crazy before a show and sit there for an hour going on an E-drum or something like that. I just try to do as much as possible, but also take it easy and just stretch the muscles. That's the most important thing for me.
Is there a lot of partying going on? A lot of beer, alcohol, or is just
no? I don't wanna say that we not drink no alcohol, but I mean really less. I mean, especially for me. I mean, these days are over if you're drinking 2 bottles of red wine or I don't know. Of course, you have a nice drink after the show, a beer or I don't know, gin tonic, vodka tonic or whatever, and but not like party all over. No. These days are over, definitely. Maybe the younger people they do that. I don't know.
Some people party hard, right? Some people party. They wake up outside the bus. Vomiting and heavy partying and stuff. None of that, huh?
None of that. I mean, you will definitely feel that, and your body is saying you better stop that if you want to do that for a little longer. So that's
definitely
not happening. No.
How about food-wise? Do you guys stop and eat pizza, McDonald's burgers, or what do you guys do? Eat salad?
We try to avoid fast food as good as possible. We are not big fans of that, so we try to get some good food wherever we go. And fast food is just like if nothing else is working and you really have to eat something. Then that's the last call we will make. But no, we try to stay as healthy as possible on the road, which sometimes is not easy. I mean, depends on where you go and what the time schedule is. It's not that easy to stick to a good diary, and we try to do it as good as possible.
Is Peter still in the band?
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, now he's a permanent member of UDO, and I'm really happy to have him back. I mean, it's like he never went away.
I think he's having the time of his life. That's what he keeps telling us. I mean, he's feeling very comfortable with everyone. Everyone gets along very nicely, and it's a very, very good atmosphere in the band, on the tour bus and with the crew. And Peter feels very, very relieved, I guess, to have a band where he's, very, I don't know, like feels like a family member.
Yeah, and I mean, for me, it's like he never went away. So it's like, I mean, that is a lot of fun. But what Sven already said, I mean, I feel very comfortable in the band, and So, but I'm really looking forward to the next album, UDO album already, when he's also involved in songwriting. That will be very interesting.
How is that looking? Are you guys writing stuff already, or how?
Oh, not really.
I mean, come on, we started already. Of course, the boys are writing all the time. When we go on tour, they have their guitars with them, and they do riffs and stuff like that, and they interact with each other. And so, look, I have this and stuff. You never stop writing as a musician, so that's what's happening. So of course we already on it, but it's not the time to focus yet. I mean, that will happen next year. When we have some gaps between touring, then we will really sit down and focus on the ideas that we have.
Yes.
Does the label call you guys up and says, hey, you know what, it's time for some new stuff? Or do you guys just take it day by day? And
No, I mean, the record company is not coming to us and, oh, we need a new album. They know, take it easy, you know, and then they're waiting. They are not like behind us, we need a new album, whatever. No, this is easy going.
Sven, a question for Sven. How does it feel being on stage with two pieces of the original, except legends, icons, metal icons here, your father and Peter, of course? How does that feel?
For me, it's great. I mean, what should I say? It's a great honor to be in that and to be part of all of that. I mean, Peter still remembers me from being a kid, and obviously I grew up in the scene and in the music business, and I was traveling with my dad and the guys whenever possible, which included the reunion of Accept in 2005. My sister and I, we flew with them for nearly the whole summer. Whenever we had basically school holiday, we tried to catch as many shows as possible. And for me, it was always sort of, it sounds so weird, but that's how it is. If you grow up in this, then it's sort of normal, you know. And the older you get, like, you realize what you're going through and what you're experiencing. First of all, it's normal. You travel, and that's what your dad does. You know, I mean, he's a musician. He's playing music. He goes on stage. He entertains people. So for you, it becomes very normal. But the older you get, you start to realize, oh wow, I mean, I did meet a lot of people back in the days when I was a kid who remember me nowadays, and now we are on tour together. So whenever we go on festivals, or people come to visit when we play a show, it's really cool to say hi. I mean, we met in, I don't know, you were that big, like a little kid, you know, and now you're a grown-up man and you're playing with your dad, and that's really cool, and that honors me a lot. And it's still whenever I go on stage now with Peter, that was very sort of emotional for me as well when he joined us in Berlin in 2022. It sort of felt unreal, and still when I look on, I mean, I obviously just see their backs because I'm sitting behind the drums, but it gives me chills. You know, it's so cool to see them rocking out again together on stage, having a great time, doing jokes and fun. And when Peter comes back to me, and also, I mean, he said that multiple times now, you're such an amazing drummer, and that honors me a lot. I mean, if I hear that from one of the best bass players in metal, that means a lot to me, and it's such good fun playing together.
Udo, how about you? How does it feel? I mean, of course, obviously you raised Sven. You watched them run around in Pampers and as a little baby. How does it feel now that he's a vision? You know?
The thing was, when Sven was, I think it was when he was 4 years old, my old bass player, Fitty Wienold, he was coming up with some bongo stuff, and then he said to me, "Oh, he got a good rhythm." So, and then he get a drum kit for kids, and then I said, "Okay, maybe 1 year, and then this noise is over." No, and then he get a bigger drum kit from his uncle, and then he get lessons. He got his own band. He was playing in a church band. I think it was a church band. And so, and keep going, you know, and then, and now he's sitting behind the drums in UDO. So, wow. I mean, what can I say? I mean, I didn't expect this, you know. I mean, that was like when my old drummer, Jovino, he left the band, and then I said, okay, what can I do? And then that was also funny, that was Bill's fault from Saxon. I went to the show of Saxon, and Sven was playing the drums at this time there. He was helping out, so the drummer was ill.
Okay.
And then I was talking to Biff, and then I said, I need a new drummer. And then, and then he said, why are you looking so far away? Take your son behind the drums. I said, what? And he said to me, yeah, he can do that. So, and then I was asking Sven, and then, it takes a while. I think he was thinking, can I do this? Blah, blah, blah. So, and here we go. Now he's in a band already for 9 years. So, perfect.
Do you remember, Sven, the first experience being on stage with your father?
Yeah, I perfectly remember. It was in Würzburg in 2015, and what my dad just said, like I was helping out in Saxon because Nigel got ill on a tour I did as a drum tech for him, and I was doing that a couple of years. Also teching for Francesco Giovino in UDO, and yeah, we were on playing some shows together. I was helping out in Saxon, and I had to learn. Let me think. I think I had 25 songs from UDO and I had 25 songs from Saxon to learn at the same time. So, and I mean, that's 9 years ago. So I was 21 at that time. And that was a big decision to take, because for me, it was clear if you agree and do it, then you will become part of the whole music scene, and that's your life and that's what you want to do. And I took the decision and I played a lot of drums and I was nervous as hell before I went on stage, especially with my dad, but also with Saxon. There was such a big honor to be there and play with them. And then they called me again in the end of 2015 when we came back from South America, because Nigel was moving to the States. And he had everything planned, and Phil Campbell, I think they've been on tour with Motorhead at that time. And Phil Campbell got sick and they had to reschedule 2 shows, and Nigel's plans were already made. So he had the containers there and blah, blah, blah. So he couldn't do the shows. And that's when Biff called me again and asked if I could help them out again. So I think I did something right there, and wasn't too bad behind the drums. So yeah, if I think back to that, I mean, it's, my God, it's already, next year it's going to be 10 years. Since I said yes, I will do this and I want to do this, and that was the best decision that I've could ever done. I mean, I'm very happy.
Awesome. So next year also marks the 40th anniversary of Metal Heart. Is there anything that fans can expect? Maybe playing that album?
No, that we do Balls to the Wall next year.
I mean,
The whole
COVID threw the plans a little bit, right? I mean,
Yeah.
usually you try to come up with plans for the future as good as possible. And so we said we want to do this with Balls to the Wall. So now we are getting a little bit mixed up with all the anniversaries, and it's tough to keep up. But yeah, I hope that we give the people still a very, very good time with the Balls to the Wall anniversary tour. And yeah, as my dad already said, we are already working on trying to go back to America with this, because I think that the fans really need to see this, and that's going to be a big fun tour.
So what's next on your agenda here? When do you guys take off? When do you guys fly here to America?
Tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Tomorrow afternoon, we are heading to America, and yeah, let's say we are really happy that we now can do this tour, you know. And I think some fans will be a little bit not sure if they're coming or not coming, but definitely we are coming. We are back for attack.
Before we let you guys go, any message you want to send to the fans?
Yeah, what can I say?
Yeah.
I mean, definitely come show. There will be a great set list, and we're all waiting for you, and see you there.
Nice. So thank you guys. I know you guys have a bunch of interviews. Thank you guys for your time, and we'll see you in Texas sometime soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thanks for having us. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Do not forget to subscribe, ring the bell for notifications for that metal interview. Follow us on social media at That Metal Interview, Facebook, Instagram, X, and our sister station, jrocksmetalzone.com, where you can find album anniversaries, today's birthdays, along with news, rock metal news, and of course, our interviews on That Metal Interview with your host, James, once more from the state of Texas. And we thank U.D.O and Sven for making some time and chatting about their upcoming plans and all these tours. These guys are non-stop, right? So awesome. It's awesome to have these legends, these awesome metal bands touring the earth, bringing us the kill and awesome music. And there you had it. They talk about all their plans, and they're going to do a Balls to the Wall tour in 2025 to commemorate and celebrate It's 40 years. Came out in 83 though, but there you go. Don't forget to keep it metal.
That metal interview.